I can take the dick off the table based upon my standard. You aren't gonna get hold of this dick if you ain't being the woman I need you to be. You need to realize that you need to cook, clean. You gotta understand that you're not the only woman. And if you can accept that, that's fine. That's just the beginning, because you gotta work hard for me, because I work hard for me. So that means if you get with me, it's not gonna be easy street, because I need to be satisfied, because it ain't no happy wife, happy life bullshit. It's happy Steve, happy Steve.
Being strong with self, understanding who you are, that is the biggest defense to bitch ass weak men.
And there's no excuses for the men not to be strong. But see, there's so many forces. And then so many men are embracing weakness.
I can't stand weak men. Like, I don't like to talk to them. It's hard for me to talk to these losers. I've always been a winner at the winner's table.
You know, I believe it's a sin to impregnate a woman who can't raise a child, you know, or impregnate a woman who's not fit to be a mother. And I think we have a responsibility in what we see today in these weak ass little feminine boys.
I can't tell another man what to do, but I can't dress feminine. I can't wear nail polish. It's just something that I can't do. Why? Because if I'm walking down the street and somebody's having trouble with a flat tire, I want them to feel that they can come to me and ask me, hey man, could you help me out with this? Because those are the type of things that a man will help out with. So I need to look like a man so they can know where to come for help.
Yeah, it is such a thing as toxic masculinity in the minds of bitch ass motherfuckers.
Talk about masculinity, assertiveness, authenticity, transparency. How can a guy who's straight up and honest with what he does be toxic?
If the media can train you to think something bad about it, you hear the word and you want to instantly have a certain reaction. You stop thinking, you start feeling. And when people learn to think and feel and not think through their feelings, that's when they can evaluate a person holistically. And they can say, is this toxic masculinity, or did I just hear something I didn't like? And why did I not like it? And they only let me go within myself to see why.
I don't never look at no motherfucker and say, oh, that's a toxic masculine motherfucker. I never ever had, I didn't even know, that was an invented concept from a weak motherfucker that was like, I'm just tired of this motherfucker trying to tell me what to do and bully you over me with this bullshit.
What's going to make you successful is just understanding who you are and getting your mind right and being happy with who you are. That is the thing that's going to really make you successful. Because after you get all the toys, after you get all these things going on, you've had sex with all the women you want to have sex with, you traveled all the places, you're still going to be you, and you're going to always come back to you.
Why do I do this? Why are we even doing this documentary? I want guys to be in the best position possible. There's no way that I'm raising my voice or calling you a bitch ass nigga because I'm trying to hurt your feelings. I'm calling you a bitch ass nigga because you're doing bitch ass nigga shit. And if you continue doing bitch ass nigga shit, you're going to end up in bitch ass nigga situations. You get what I'm saying? So when I call you a bitch ass nigga, trust me, it's because I love you.
Game Kings 2, the definition of man, is out right now. Click the link below or go straight to masculineidentity.com to get your copy today. Still ain't getting women? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step up your game. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is where you get 45 through 90-minute step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the women you want. Go to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to tell you about my documentary, Game Kings, the definition of game, starring myself, the Boss Mac Top Soil, Rosebud, Ron Wills, Miles Cunningham, and much more. In this documentary, you're going to learn about confidence, manhood, attracting women, and the definition of the game. To get this documentary, go to MrLocario.com.
Some people think you need a sports car to get what you want. Some people think you need $1 million. Some people think you need looks, status. The only thing you need is what they can't get unless they come straight to you. And that's your identity. Join the Masculine Identity membership today. MasculineIdentityMembership.com. Masculine Identity Soap. This luxurious, quality, high lather, high moisturizing, all natural bar soap has been handcrafted with care and consistency to provide a quality cleansing experience for self-care, focus, and productivity. Specially formulated for cold showers. Stay clean, gentlemen. Masculine Identity Soap.
Click the links below to get private one-on-one coaching sessions with Mr. Locario or Miles Cunningham to step up your game. These coaching sessions are designed to help you with your specific needs in the dating game. So make sure you click the links below right now so that you can step up your game today. All right. We here. What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the building. What's going on with your man? Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Excuse me. Damn, we're about to, we're going to do a short show today because I got to do the bad boy show in a second. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Shout out to my lady, April MC in the building. What's going on, horse? We got shout out to Joe Mayer, AT, Money Mitch, Duke Alex in the building, Frankie Shy, what's going on? Arturo, was popping with you. Shout out to the Paul 999, Mark Tavius, was good. What's going on? No Data in the building, Kid Frankie, what's going on? Joe Blast in the motherfucking building. What else we got up in here? Shout out to Emmanuel is in the building. What's going on? Tristan, what's popping? What's good with your man? What else we got up in here? Genuine RSA, what's good? And shout out to Cleve in the building. What's going on? So guys, if you have a question, put a Q in the chat. If you want to call in, the call-in number is 844-672-7300. 844-672-7300. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you guys call that number and get that shit cracking. Also, make sure you guys go to CunninghamElements.com to get the soap, get the parfum, get the shea butter. Make sure you guys go to MasculineIdentityMembership.com to join the Masculine Identity membership. Also, make sure that you guys go to ShopLocario.com so you can get your online dating consultations and the Master the Vetting Process program. Make sure you guys do that and all the other programs on ShopLocario.com. And make sure you guys go to BadBoyMembership.com to join the Bad Boy membership and get that going. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you do that. Get all that stuff popping off. You feel me? So today, guys, you guys want to call up, now is the time. If you have a question, now is the time. Put it in the chat and we'll get it going. So today we're talking about never try to keep a woman around. Okay, so what are we talking about here when we talk about never try to keep a woman around? So I get a lot of emails from guys and even guys that I do consultations with, right? And I keep getting this, thing over and over again where guys are trying to figure out, how to keep a woman around, meaning in the sense of they go on a first date and then they're like, oh, what should I do to get her to see me again? And I'm worried that she's not going to want to see me. Or a guy might smash a chick and he's like, yo, I want to smash her some more. How do I get her to keep seeing me, or he smashes her a few times. And then let's say, for example, he texts her to come through again, and it's been like a few hours and she hasn't responded back. And he's like, yo, how do I get these girls to respond back to me? Like, I want to keep having sex. I want to keep seeing this chick, right? And what I'm trying to tell you guys is that you should never, ever, 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 ever try to keep a woman around. And we're going to get into why in a second, right? But one of the biggest reasons why guys are trying to keep women around, or they're worried about a woman not wanting to see them again, right, is because, one, they have the scarcity mindset, but two, they are low-key looking for validation through dealing with women, right? And so the problem is that when you're trying to keep women around, right, that's the fastest way to get them to leave and get them to basically get up out of here. You understand? Because trying to keep a woman around is needy energy. And what you don't realize is that you're doing a lot of needy shit that you're not even aware of by wanting to keep a woman around, right? So even a lot of times, for example, a lot of guys don't know that when they are, for example, first having sex with a woman, right? Let's say you smash a chick on a first date, or maybe the second or third time you've seen her or whatever. And so that first time you have sex, a lot of guys are trying to perform, you understand, crazy for the woman, because they think that if I can give her the best sex she's ever had, then maybe she'll come back, right? Or guys will do certain things where they will love bomb a chick when they first meet her, right? They'll text her, call her, how's it going? How's your day? You know, when can I see you again? They're doing all this other extra shit because they are concerned with keeping the woman around, right? But what you got to understand is that when you're doing that, that is a lot of needy energy. Now, this is the thing. What I'm going to tell you is I'm going to tell you the key to keeping a woman around. But the funny part is that, you know, you shouldn't necessarily worry about keeping her around, right? So that's the ironic part. I'm going to tell you how to make it to where a woman's want to, you know, she's going to want to like continue to see you, but you actually shouldn't be worried about this or trying to make this happen in a sense, right? So this is the key. See, the reason why women fall back or they, you know, ghost you or they are, you know, not really like thinking about you and all this other shit is because whenever it comes to a man and a woman dealing with each other, right? Somebody is always leaning in, right? There's always one person leaning in more than the other, right? Now, what happens is that most guys, when they are dating women, the guy is usually leaning in, right? So a woman has an idea of, I want a man, you know, I'm interested in having a relationship, or I want that sexy guy, I want to have sex or whatever it is, right? They have the idea of the type of guy that they want to fuck with, right? Now, unfortunately for most women, they usually don't get that ideal type of guy that they really want. So 90-some% of guys that women are dating or interacting with are guys that in some form or fashion they're settling for at some point, right? So let's say a woman wants a long-term relationship. She might fuck this guy she thinks is sexy, but in a sense, she's settling for fucking him because what happens is that she really wants a longer-term relationship with a man, but she realizes this guy's a fuck boy. I'm attracted to him. Fuck it, I'll have sex with him. I'll take the sex for now, even though I really want a long-term thing, right? Now, if that guy was super on point, she would want that with him, but it would be hard for her to get it, right? But so what happens is that most women, their situation is, shout out to my dude Afi in the building. Most women, their situation is that they are not dating guys that they're head over heels with. He's like, you know, he's cool for right now. He'll do. You understand? Now, it's the thing. So because that happens, usually the woman is not leaning into the man. You understand? And what happens is that because the guy feels like this chick is awesome, she's a baddie, she's the hottest girl he's ever been with. It's been a while since he's been with a woman. He's going to lean into the woman more, right? So now, this is the woman, this is the guy. The guy's leaning into the woman, right? So since the guy is here and he's leaning into the woman, she's moving back like this, right? And so he's leaning in and she's falling back. So she falls back to the point where she's done with him. She's leaving, moving on to the next ghost or whatever. Right? What happens is that, you want the woman to lean into you. You understand what I'm saying? And when the woman leans into you, that's what makes her want to stay around. You see what I'm saying? But the problem is that guys have a hard time with this because guys start off needy, right? So they finally get a date with a chick. They think the chick is hot. They're thinking about the chick. They're excited for the date. They go on a date. And, if this guy actually gets to smash, it's a wrap. Now he's thinking about her more. He wants to smash more. He wants to wife her up. All of this stuff because he's super excited. So he's leaning in because remember, he's not used to dealing with hot chicks. He's not used to, having dates like this or whatever it is like that. So he's going to lean in more, and the leaning in more is going to make the woman fall back. Right. And so the way to keep the woman around, right, is that she has to be leaning into you. But the way that a woman's going to lean into you is she has to see you as the type of guy that she actually desires. So how does she see you as the type of guy she actually desires? You are the type of guy who she actually desires when you are opposite of the average guy she usually deals with. Because remember, the average guy she usually deals with is the guy who's leaning into her, the guy who feels lucky to have her, the guy who doesn't really have that much experience dealing with women, or if he's dealing with women, he's dealing with them on a tricking type of basis, simping type of basis, right? So what happens is that if you are the type of guy who she encounters and experiences, and she's like, damn, this dude's different, right? This dude is a leader where other guys are following me. This guy is, not going to just like allow me to do whatever I want, even though the other guys will, right? This guy is not impressed just because I'm a woman, just like the other guys are, right? This guy is going to tell me to, meet him for drinks or meet him by his place while the other guys are trying to take me to dinner. You understand? This guy is, being assertive and dominant while these other guys are being passive and weak. You see what I'm saying? So what happens is that the idea of you even trying to keep a woman around is the reason why she is not going to want to be around. You understand what I'm saying? The guys who women want to continue to see are the guys who don't try to keep them around. You understand? But you're like, Locario, but I really like her. She's so hot. The sex is so good, blah, 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 blah. Right? But see, what happens is that mentality is the thing that makes the woman not want to stay. See, it's very ironic. The guys who don't care that if she goes or stays, she wants to stay. The guys who care about her staying, she wants to go. You understand? Because the type of guy who cares about her staying, right? Understand that type of guy is the type of guy that the woman doesn't see as the most attractive. You understand what I'm saying? See, she's going to see you as less attractive if you're the type of guy who is concerned about her staying. Because why would a guy be concerned about her staying if he's the type of guy who has an abundance of women who want to fuck with him? So if you're concerned with her staying, then usually what that means is that you are the type of guy who sees her as this prize, putting her on a pedestal, you're making it seem as if she's everything. Remember, women want the best dude. The best guy is not going to give a fuck whether she stays or goes. And that's what makes her want to stay with them. You understand? Shout out to Mr. Justin in the chat. But this is what I'm telling you guys. So you guys have to understand that if you want to keep a woman around, right, which is ironic of me even saying, because the fact that you would want her to keep her around is why she's not going to stay. But what I should say is that if you want a woman to stay around, she most likely will not. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. You understand? And the funny part is that if she does stay around, it's usually because you're the type of guy who doesn't give a shit if she was there or not. You see what I'm saying? That's the crazy part about all of this shit that you guys got to understand. The more you're leaning in towards her, the more likely she's going to fall back. When you're just doing your thing and you're just chilling and you're making shit happen and you're living your life, enjoying yourself, right? Not concerned about her. That's what a lot of times when she wants to fuck with you longer term and wants to stick around, have more sex with you, go on more dates with you, be in a relationship with you, all that other shit. You understand what I'm saying? This is what you guys have to understand. But this is the key. When you guys are out here, right, doing your thing, dating women, interacting with chicks, I'm going to tell you how you can make this or develop a situation where you are the type of guy who is the best guy in most women's eyes. Real simple, right? Is that, and I talked about this before, you have to give a fuck about yourself more than you could ever give a fuck about a woman. You understand? Say it again. You have to give a fuck about yourself more than you could ever give a fuck about any woman. You understand what I'm saying? Now, the problem with this is that most guys, unfortunately, give a fuck about the woman more than they do themselves. And the reason why this happens is because they put pussy above themselves. So let me show you how to give a fuck about you more than you could any woman, right? And this is not, I should say this is easier said than done for most guys, because a lot of times you got to realize that you have to be strong in order to do this, right? So how do you give a fuck about yourself more than you can give a fuck about any woman, right? What you do is that you set a standard for yourself, right? And you have a way of doing things, and you only deal with women who do things on your terms at all times. Not some of the time, not every once in a while, not let me switch it up for her because she's a baddie. No. At all times, you are doing what you do, and you never switch up for a woman ever. I don't care if the baddest chick you ever seen in your life, you're like, oh, she's hot, she's a 10. I don't care if she's putting the pussy right up under your nose and say, here, you can take it. You just have to, switch up and do this thing I want you to do. The answer is no. But see, the problem is most guys can't do that. You understand what I'm saying? Most guys can't do that. And because you can't do that, this is why you're basically going to be the type of guy women are going to just keep it pushing with. See, again, the more flexible you are, the less attractive you are. The more grounded in what you're about, the more attractive you are. You understand what I'm saying? And see, the thing you guys have to understand is that when a woman is, dealing with you and continuing to see you and want to see you, you also want to make sure this woman is seeing you under your program, right? Under the structure that you've built, not based on what she wants. So you have a lot of guys out there who have girlfriends, who have wives, but these guys are losers. You understand? Because what happens is that they're dealing with women on the woman's terms. So they have a girlfriend that they've been with for years. They have wives they've been with for years. They have women that they're dating that are, continuously dating them. But the situation is that the woman's running the show. The guy is following her. These are what you call the beta males. So a lot of you guys will see other guys, because I know y'all like to look at what other guys are doing, but y'all will see other guys dealing with women, and you're like, man, you know, I see him holding hands with that girl. That must be his girlfriend. Oh man, I wish I had a girlfriend like that. I wish I could have a girlfriend. But little do you know that motherfucker is not leading his situation. Little do you know that that woman disrespects him every week. You understand what I'm saying? And so what happens is that just because you see a guy with a woman, just because a woman is you know, seeing him and she continues to see him, right, doesn't mean that that guy is having a relationship that's worth having. You understand? Because remember, I talk about keeping a woman around, right? You don't want to keep a woman around, or you don't want a woman to be around just because she is using you or she's running the show. So when I'm talking about a woman staying around, she has to stay around on your terms, because if it's not on your terms, it doesn't matter. Do you understand what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. And so don't get fooled because you see beta male number 1 and beta male number 2 over there with a woman and thinking they got game. No, they don't have any game. You understand? And the reason why the woman is being with that guy is because she's settling for that dude. But through the settling comes disrespect, comes her belittling him, and comes her emasculating that guy. So when it comes to you being able to have a woman around or have women consistently in your life, it always has to be on your terms all the time, no exceptions. No exceptions. But see, the problem is that you have a lot of guys out there who, because they are, like desperate for women, they'll just take them on. You understand what I'm saying? But guys, if you want to call up 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300 is the number. You feel what I'm saying? Let me see what some of these questions are saying. So Efo says, Miles in the past recommended men not to go fully naked the first 2 times when having sex with new women. I started to do that recently because a woman looking at my naked body is a gift. Well, here's the thing. So what happens is, it's not literally where you don't have to be fully naked or whatever. But what it's saying is that when you are first, hooking up with a woman, like the first time you have sex with a woman, right? You guys should not be going overboard. You understand what I'm saying? Should not go overboard. You said, well, what if she's really bad? Let's look her. You guys should not go overboard. So a lot of times, guys go overboard with the first sex session because they're trying to impress the woman. You understand what I'm saying? So dudes will be like, oh, let me, let's have sex for 2, 3, 4 hours and go a bunch of rounds and all this other weird shit. You understand what I'm saying? Unique 79 said, keep your socks on. But this is what dudes do. They'll do a bunch of that weird shit where they will, go crazy the first time. You understand? Just think about it like this, right? Think about it like this. Think about when you go on a first date, right, with a woman, right? On a first date, you might, if you're doing this correctly, you might go get some ice cream, get a drink, get some coffee, something light, right? But on the first date, you're most likely not gonna take a woman on a weekend vacation to the Maldives or some shit, right? Because you're like, that's way too much. This is the first fucking date. Why am I taking this chick on vacation, right? So the same way where you wouldn't do an extravagant date on the first date, why are you doing an extravagant fuck on the first date? Why are you doing an extravagant, all going crazy sex on the first date? Like there are motherfuckers who, for example, they will have sex with a chick raw the first time or on the first date. That's fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Brother,
Like, dudes will do this shit. Imagine fucking a chick raw on the first date. Disgusting. You understand what I'm saying? But dudes will do that because they doing too much. You understand? They doing way too much. You said, how are you going to stop caring if she is around when you really want her around? And does this count just for new chicks, or does it include chicks that's been around for a while? Good question. So basically, the first part is how are you going to stop caring if she's around when you really want her around? So that's the thing. So this is the thing. And let's break that down to a new chick first, right? So let's say you're thinking like, I want this new chick around because I like her. I want to keep seeing her. I want things to go down, right? Now, the issue is, right, is that you care because you are in a mindset of lack, which is why you care so much. Now, it's not that because there has to be interest in the woman for you to want to continue to see her and make things happen or to make things go in a certain way, right? So you are interested in her. When we talk about you caring, the caring part, I should say, is more of a, like you're anxious about it. You're worried if this is going to continue or not. You understand what I'm saying? And so that worrying of if it's going to continue or not is the real issue, right? So what I'm saying is that you have to have the mindset of whether she's there or not, I'm good. You understand? Whether she's there or like, okay, so think about it this way, right? Let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, 10, you know, feeling or being very content, right? So a 10 is you're so content at 10. 1 is you are miserable, right? So before you meet the woman, you're at a 10. While you're dealing with the woman, you're at a 10. And after you finish dealing with the woman, you're still at a 10. So what I'm saying is that the 10 never changes whether she's there or not. So her being in her, entering into your life didn't make you get to a 10. You were already at a 10 before she even got there. You understand? Her being there didn't get you at a 10 because you already been at a 10 before she got there, and you're at a 10 regardless of the situations that happening, even with her including in whatever is happening in that situation. And then whether she stays, you're at a 10, or she goes, you're at a 10. Because you've been at a 10 before she even got there. You see what I'm saying? See, the thing that tricks you guys' minds is that you think your life was at a 5. And then you think because you met her, now you're at a 10. And then you think because she leaves, you're at a 3 now. You understand what I'm saying? That's the issue. Right? So what I'm saying is that you have to have a sense of, contentment in your life, whether she's there or not. Do not make her be there, raise or decrease your sense of self or sense of well-being or your enjoyment of you. Right? Now you're saying, does this count for new chicks or does this include chicks that have been around for a while? It counts for every woman, whether she's been with you for 5 minutes or 5 years. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. And this is what we try to say. This is the pinnacle of what we talk about when we say the game is not about women. Because the thing is that you trying to keep her around is you making it about the woman. It's about you having the scarcity mentality. Because check this out. Let's say you meet a woman and you're attracted to her. The vibe is cool. Y'all seen each other maybe 3-4 times and you like her. And you're like, you know what? This is the type of chick that I would probably, has potential to be wifey if she plays her cards right, right? Now, at this point, a certain level of anxiety might happen now because you're like, damn, but I like her. And, I texted her and it's been 24 hours and she hasn't texted me back. Oh my God, what's happening? Is she going to stop talking to me? And, am I going to see her? So you're starting to think of all these things, right? Now you're thinking of all these things because you like the fact that you had this vibe going. You like, let's say the sex was good, everything was cool, and you wanted to continue making things happen. And now you're worried that all of this is going to stop. Now, the reason why you're worried about it is because you believe that what you've experienced interacting with this woman is something rare. It's scarce. You understand? So I'm so concerned about this working out because I don't think I'm going to have this opportunity again. I don't think that, I'll meet another girl as hot as her. I don't think I will, have a sort of this connection with another woman like this. Right. But see, when you have the abundance mindset, you are not worried about any of this. You don't care about any of this because the experience that you're having in particular with this woman, right? You could have it again with another woman. But also, too, what happens is that you are not looking at the experience that you're having with her to fulfill you. See, a lot of times the problem is that you guys get mixed up because you're looking for the experience to fulfill you. But like I said, if you were already fulfilled before she got there, then there's nothing that she can do to fulfill you because it's just icing on the cake. It's like, okay, cool. She's here. I'm enjoying myself, but I'd be enjoying myself if she wasn't here. I'd be good if she wasn't here. And let me explain something to you guys. See, a lot of this, what I'm talking about, has to be real in your mindset. But see, it's real the more experience you have in the game. So this is the thing. The reason why you want to keep a woman around now is because you don't really have that much experience in the game when it comes to dealing with women. The more experience you have dealing with women is the less you will try to keep her around. All right, let me slow that down. The more experience you have with women is the less you're going to try to keep a woman around, right? So the less experience you have with women, the more you're going to try to keep women around. Because the more experience you have is the more you realize that a woman could never, ever, ever, ever make you happy. A woman could never, ever, ever, ever fill whatever void you think you have. She's not going to cure any of that type of shit. She's not going to cure your loneliness. She's not going to do anything. She can't do anything to, make your whole situation better than it is, in the sense of without her, this would all fall apart. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning that the more experience you have with women, the illusion that you need her dissipates. I'm gonna say that again. The more experience you have with women, right? The illusion that you need her will dissolve. It will dissipate. Because the less experience you have less experience right now. So that you're still under the illusion that keeping her around, right, is going to make you happy. keeping her around is going to make everything better and that you need her. You understand? Let me see what some of these other questions are saying. Excuse me, Ms. Locario, when are you going for the Oxybox eye surgery? This dude funny. He's talking about that video I did the other day about how looks Maxon is racist and shit. He says, is letting a woman sleep over for the first time after sex overboard? Absolutely. Do not have a woman sleep over your house. First of all, okay, guys, listen. When you first meet a woman, you don't really know her like that. You understand what I'm saying? You don't know her like that. So imagine you have a woman spend the night and sleep in a bed with you. A woman you don't know. Let's say this woman's crazy. You have no idea. What if she stab you in your sleep? You understand what I'm saying? What if while you sleeping, she fucking texts some dudes to come over your crib and ransack the house and do some crazy shit? You understand? Crazy. So where are we at with this one? It says, if the first night it's really late, she can't leave, so she got to spend the night. How do you handle that? Because it's winter and cuddles can't be avoided. What? What? Y'all motherfuckers is hilarious. Y'all are hilarious. Nigga, first of all, let's break this down. You said it's really late, she can't leave. It's never too late for her to leave. It's never too late for her to leave. You understand? Get her ass in an Uber or a Lyft or some shit to get her ass out of there. And talk about cuddles can't be avoided. You said no more free games, only get the vetting program process. That's a fact. I agree. Guys, go to shoplocario.com, get master the vetting process program. I agree. April's absolutely right. Go get that shit. You feel me? Because that shit is fire. Go get it. It's fire. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Bad time management. Like, dude, so, it's too late. You got to manage your time, guys. Listen, you tell her to come over at this time, and then she leaves by this time. You understand? Crazy. Is it realistic for young people with zero experience with women to have that mindset, or do they have to be rejected or dumped by their woman first? So, like I said, if you have little to no experience dealing with women, right, you're gonna want to keep them around, and you're gonna act needy, and then they're gonna leave you. You understand what I'm saying? So, the thing is this: is that guys have to understand that it's like you are going to create the situation where the woman's going to leave. Then that's going to, and this is a cycle. It makes guys have low self-esteem because they think that the woman is leaving because she doesn't like him. But really she doesn't like him because he's needy, but he's needy because he doesn't have experience. And then what happened is that because he's needy and he doesn't have experience, and then the woman leaves him, it makes him feel even worse about himself. And then when he goes on to the next woman, what he's going to do, he's going to be needy and try to keep her because he feels that, women don't like him like that. So he's going to be so anxious and worried about the woman leaving, which is going to make her leave because he's going to act more needy. This is why you guys need to understand the game, because when you love yourself, you're not going to act needy, right? And then that's what attracts the woman to you. You understand? This is how it works. Charlie said, I guess all outcomes exist, but no specific one outcome can validate you, since I guess all outcomes validate you, since it's all connected and you are part of everything. Well, yeah, that's the thing. See, the thing is that the reason why you don't need any specific outcome is because all outcomes do exist, meaning that the outcome of you, and a woman getting together exists. The outcome of you and a woman not getting together also exists. You understand what I'm saying? So what happens is that there is an abundance of outcomes of you and a woman getting together. So since that is the case, why would you care or worry about keeping a woman around? This is why the guys who have an easier time attracting women usually don't give a fuck about keeping her around. Why? Because they know there's an abundance of women that they can interact with and make shit happen with. The guys who don't understand this are the guys who are trying to hold on to the women. And that's what makes the woman want to leave. You understand? Because the woman wants you more when you don't want her. You understand what I'm saying? And see, let me get deeper into this. See, when I say the woman wants you more when you don't want her, right? That doesn't mean you're not attracted to her. That doesn't mean you don't want to have sex with her. That doesn't even mean you don't want to be in a relationship with her, or her in a relationship with you, I should say, right? What that means is when I say that she's attracted, she wants you when you don't want her, right? What that really means is that you don't feel the need for her. You understand? So it's not even necessarily a want. You don't feel the need for her. And when I say you don't feel the need for her, that means that you don't feel like you need her to feel fulfilled. You don't feel like you need her to be happy. You understand? And that's what makes her want you more. You understand? Because what happens is that a woman doesn't want a man who needs her. A woman doesn't want a man who feels that, she is going to complete him. You understand what I'm saying? Like, a woman wants a man who feels free within himself, meaning that he feels like, look, I'm cool whether you're here or not. Because that takes a lot of pressure off the woman. You understand? Which makes her feel free to be with you. See, when you guys are being needy, that puts a lot of pressure on her, which makes her wants to fall back. You understand? But when you're putting that pressure on the situation, that makes the woman want to, you understand, like, fall back from the situation. The same thing with sex. When you guys are acting thirsty for sex, that makes a woman say, whoa, hold on, relax, chill. Right? But when you're just on some take it or leave it shit, right? When you're on some, listen, either this is happening or I'm bouncing, you understand? Like, that's the type of energy that makes her want to fuck with you. So obviously women cannot make us happy, but what about the need for sex? Does men and women need each other for sex? Well, this is the thing. Again, sex is super easy to get because sex is natural and it's going to happen naturally. You understand? So the thing is that, again, abundance. See, the reason why you have guys who have a hard time getting sex is because they don't realize sex is in abundance. So because they don't realize sex is in abundance, they act needy around women, which repels the woman, and the woman doesn't want to have sex with that guy. You understand? Shout out to my dude K Zaggin in the building. So because women go through bouts of insecurity, they need a secure man to balance it out. If you're needy, you're just as insecure as she is. There is no healthy balance. That's a fact. Real talk. Real talk. That's real shit. Why is it also true that a woman can't make you happy even if it's a woman who was down for you in your program? So this is the thing. No one can make you happy. You understand that? You know, thinking someone can make you happy is an illusion. You understand what I'm saying? Because think about this, right? Think about a day you was happy, where you was just chilling. Okay, think about it this way. Think of any woman you thought made you happy. Now, think about your life before you met that woman. Were you happy any day before you met that woman? The answer is most likely yes. So if you were happy before you met her, is it her that made you happy? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, guys, you gotta understand how this shit goes. It says, why do less for girlfriends and more for new chicks? What? What are you talking about? Who said do less for girlfriends and more for new chicks? What are you talking about? Who says that? Jax, you definitely need to go to shoplocario.com and get master the vetting process if you think of that. Who told you to do less for girlfriends and more for new chicks? Who told you that? I'm confused. Who told you that shit? I didn't tell you that shit. Like, I did not tell you that shit at all. You understand? I don't know what you talking about. Let me see. Are you verbalize this to women, or is it just an energy you have that she picks up on? So you saying, do you verbalize what specifically, Joe Blast? Because you're not really verbalizing anything to a woman. It's a mindset you have. It's a way that you see things in a way that you move. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't, you don't tell a woman like, hey, listen, I don't need you to stick around. You know what I'm saying? You need to like say that to her. But what I'm saying is that, because this is the thing, right? And this is the type of shit that will happen at some point when you have more experience dealing with women. You know what I'm saying? Well, Charlie, you got to call in literally right now because I'm into this shit in 4 minutes. So if you want to call up, you got to call up right now because I'm about to end this shit in 4 minutes. But the thing is that that when you guys are dealing with a woman, what's going to happen is that you're going to have times when you're dealing with women where you're literally interacting with her, like you're chilling with her, you're kissing her, you just finished having sex, you went on a date, whatever it is, right? And there's going to be a point where you're going to think, I want to be alone right now. Like, I don't want her here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember, who was it? I think it was Fonte, who said this from the Little Brother group. He said this line, and I was like, that's some real shit. He said, I want a girl when I want a girl. And when I don't want a girl, I want a girl who understands that. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is this, is that you're going to be fucking with chicks. Let's say you're hooking up with a few girls, hooking up with this girl or whatever. And it's like, you just want her there for that moment. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's Charlie. Charlie, what's going on, fam?
Yeah, what's going on? I don't want to make it too long here, but yeah, thanks for taking my call. Really appreciate it.
Appreciate it. What's going on, fam? What's going on?
So I just wanted to comment on a little story I had. This weekend I went to New York with my sister, and this pertains to the topic, obviously. But I went to NYC for the this weekend, and I couldn't really holler at chicks and all that stuff because I was with her and family situation, all that stuff. But I was just going out and talking to as many people as I could, just on on some cause that's what I was doing, just going out shopping and whatever else, right? And I realized, like, I must have talked to like over 200, 300 people, like just like short little conversations.
Right.
And what I realized, and this kind of pertains to like, the relationships and all that stuff, romantically, which is what, we talk about here somewhat, obviously. But, when you talk about the game has everything to do about you and nothing to do about women, that's 100% true, and I wrote down here, like, needing her doesn't make any sense because if you needed her, basically that means that you see that thing as above you.
Right.
And because you see that person above you, it doesn't make any sense. And so it's like, why would you do that when you're already both valid in the universe? Like, you're already both equal. Right. Now, obviously, the caveat to that is that the man is leader and the woman is the submissive, the follower. You know what I mean? That's like the natural order thing. But even when so like all this shit, and this kind of pertains to your video from yesterday, or I think I kind of missed it, but about like why looks maxing is racist. And actually that kind of thing like occurred to me like last week, where it's like, basically it's like you think you have to look a certain way to prove to the woman that you're valuable enough to get her, which doesn't make any fucking sense because you're both valuable in the universe and it's just about compatibility. Right. Because how the fuck can you prove to someone that you're the same that you're more valuable or less when you're the same fucking value by default? It doesn't make any sense. It's like the same reason why fucking racism just keeps on going in this fucking universe. I mean, as far as I can tell, it's like, for example, we look at like the example of like transatlantic slave trade, in the Americas. It's like some fucking dudes from Northern Europe who are white were like, oh, because a guy has a genetic mutation to basically handle the fucking UV rays of the sun, this person's below me. It's like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, it's the most dumb ass shit that ever existed. And I realized this, and this shit obviously goes into dating too, because like I saw that short this morning on your Instagram where it was like talking about looks masking as racist, where that guy was like, oh, but he's black. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? I was like, the self-hate goes so fucking deep. And it's like, all those shits like looks, money, and status, they're just like all these surface level copes for guys to ask, because what they do, and I used to be like this, Locario, ask me how I know. Now I'm not trying to say all this shit to be like, oh, now I got game, I'm better than you. It's not even that. It's just that I realized how much I used to fucking hate myself. And it's like, all these things of looks, money, status, mouthpiece, all this other shit. There's nothing wrong with having game and all that stuff, which is why you guys should get on Locario's coaching like I did, because that shit is fire. But it's like, all that shit is just a veil. Like, right. you can be anything you are, like looks, money, status wise, and get anything you fucking want, because it's just about compatibility. Like, it doesn't even fucking matter. Right. And I realized this going through New York City. Anyway, I just want to cut it short here because obviously I don't want to waste your time. But I was going through New York City. I mean, you're from New York, Carl, I think. But right. It's like I saw, dude, like endless women who I thought were beautiful, and I wasn't even on some flirt and shit. I was just kind of talking to them in stores and stuff like that. Some girls were complete bitches. Some girls were fucking like the nicest people you ever met in your entire fucking life. So that showed me, it's like, what's that got to do with me? Right. Because I was the same. I'm the same person throughout every single interaction.
Yeah, and all of it, all of it exists. Like you said, there's gonna be some chicks that act bitchy. There's gonna be some chicks that's really nice. You understand? And all of it, it all comes together. So a lot of times, guys are trying to avoid the situation of, oh, I don't want a girl to say no to me, or I don't want a girl to act this way. And it's like, you can't avoid it because all of it comes with it. And shout out to Jesse, said correct. She said white is the mutation. That's a fact. I'm
sorry. I mean, like, you know what I mean? But
right. Right. But that's the thing though, is that if guys understand that the entire spectrum is part of it, or I should say the part is part of the whole, then most guys wouldn't be scared about, worrying about all this other shit. Because even with this topic, we talk about, trying to keep a woman around, the trying to keep women around is ridiculous because women are always around. So why are you trying to keep them around if they're always around?
Right.
The problem is that you're trying to keep a woman around because you have the idea of separateness in your mind, and you think that there's only a certain amount there, and there's scarcity, and I have to keep her because if I don't keep her, I'm not going to have any, or I'm not going to have anything going on, right? And that's coming from your own mentality of thinking that there isn't enough. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, it's really such a dumbass mindset of thinking that you are somehow more special than anybody else, that you have to go on this. It's really just fucked up. By you saying you have to prove yourself, you're basically saying, oh, I'm the most special one in the universe. And if I can prove myself, I can show everybody else how cool I am. Right. And now I can get what I want. When it's like, actually, no, dumbass, you just need to get some game, but just accept yourselves as you are. And the compatibility will just show up as you're going out. You know what I mean? It's like holy fuck. But anyway, I'm speaking from experience. I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody else either with this shit. You know what I mean? But it's just like,
is there,
it's so deep as this shit goes. So you know what I mean? But
yes, sir. But
anyway,
I appreciate it. Yes, sir.
Taking my call, man.
I appreciate you calling in, fam. I'm gonna holler at you, man. All right. So shout out to Charlie and shit. So we about to wrap this up. Guys, make sure, remember to go to badboymembership.com, masculineidentitymembership.com, cunninghamelements.com, and shop Locario.com. All right, so that's pretty much it, and I will holler at you guys later. And remember, guys, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm going. I'm out. Step up your game and go to shoplocario.com. That is the place where you can get my books, audio and video programs in one place. All you got to do is type in shoplocario.com and step up your game today. Game Kings 2, The Definition of Man, is out right now. Click the link below or go straight to masculineidentity.com to get your copy today. Click the links below to get private one-on-one coaching sessions with Mr. Locario or Miles Cunningham to step up your game. These coaching sessions are designed to help you with your specific needs in the dating game. So make sure you click the links below right now so that you can step up your game today. Now, before you go, click the link below and go to badboymembership.com. Now, badboymembership.com is a place where you go to get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Listen, I know you're tired of being rejected. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of being afraid to approach women. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of not getting the women that you want. Go to badboymembership.com. Listen, I know you're tired of being alone on a Friday night. Go to badboymembership.com. Now picture this. You'll go from not getting what you want when it comes to you dealing with women to actually getting what you want, to being the guy women want to be with, women want to date, women want to have sex with. All you need to do is go to badboymembership.com, follow the steps, learn the game, implement the game, and then you will get the woman you want. Make sure you go to badboymembership.com today. Click the link below. Click the link below or go straight to MrLocario.com to get the documentary Game Kings, The Definition of Game.
Because Locario, in my opinion, it's the best dating coach on YouTube or whatever the fuck. Everything he says, ambulance. Everything he says, I have nothing against him. I have no contradiction. Everything he says, I say yeah.